Look at these pictures of me. This is what I used to look like when I had a narrow frame. But by doing what I'm about to show you, my frame now looks like this instead of this. When you look wide, when you have that V taper, that powerful looking upper body, the difference in how people treat you is night and day. You will walk into a room and people will actually notice you. You look strong. You look capable. You look respectable. I used to be the guy in school who people picked on. I used to get pushed around. I used to be the skinny guy. If you've ever thought your genetics are what is holding you back, here's the truth. You don't need wide bones to look big. You need to master 3 things: your proportions, your body fat, and your muscle mass. And here's exactly how I did this naturally. A lot of people online will blame their clavicles, which is just your collarbone, for the reason that they look small. The truth is your clavicle size doesn't really matter at all. What's going to make you look wide is a big shoulder to waist ratio. This means that your shoulders are wider than your waist. And since you can't change your bones, you can absolutely change your muscle mass. This means you are going to need to grow your side delts. You're going to need to grow your shoulders. So you are going to need to start prioritizing your shoulder training. You need to reach an optimal volume of like 12 to 15 sets of shoulders every week. You need to be training your shoulders every 48 to 72 hours. You're going to be doing things like lateral raises. I prefer to use a cable. I think you should as well. And you should do things like shoulder presses. You can do it on an incline Smith machine. You can do it with dumbbells, whatever is more comfortable for you. You need to be spamming shoulder exercises. And don't neglect your rear delts. You can do rear delt flies on a pec deck machine. You can use a cuff, slide it right above your elbow, do it like that. But from the side, if you have well-rounded, well-developed shoulders, which includes your rear delts, something that most people skip, you will look a lot thicker, a lot wider, a lot bigger. But it's not all just shoulders. Your lats, your traps and upper back, along with your upper chest, will complete your V-taper look. The reality is the wider you can get, the more your frame is going to pop, the bigger you are going to look to other people. Here's the biggest mistake that guys make is they bulk. They bulk up thinking that the more they weigh, the bigger they will look. But if your midsection starts to look blocky, you are destroying the illusion of having a V-taper. You're not gonna look like you have a bigger frame. You're gonna look like you're fat. Your love handles will destroy your shoulder to waist ratio. They will make your waist look thicker and they will make your upper body look smaller, which is the exact opposite of what you need or what you want. But you also don't need to be shredded year round. You can sit around 12 to 15% body fat comfortably and have a really big frame. This is lean enough where you'll start to have that muscle definition, but you're not too lean where you start to look skinny again, especially if you're not consistently training for years already. You might lack the muscle mass to really lean out and maximize your frame. So you need to stay a little bit higher in a natural body fat range. You can't control the size of your hip bones, but you can control the fat that is around your waist. If you can get rid of your love handles, you will watch your frame transform in real time. And it's super important to know, what do you actually look like at a certain body fat percentage? If you haven't bulked, if you haven't cut, then you likely don't really know. Most guys think they're 12% body fat when they're really like 20. So here is kind of an example of what you might look like at these different body fat percentages. And you can see right here that the frame of the people who are skinnier, their shoulder to waist ratio looks better. To get from 20% body fat to 12% body fat, you're going to need to cut. And it's not as complicated as people make it out to be. Here's exactly what I tell my clients. For 1 to 2 weeks, you are going to track all of the food that you consume, even sauces, even drinks. And then if your weight stays the same, then those are like your maintenance calories. That's what you can eat consistently on a week-to-week basis to maintain your weight. But if you're not already at the ideal body fat range, you are going to need to cut out some calories. You're going to need to cut out like 200 to 300 calories a day. Just start with a small deficit. So you know your maintenance, just eat a little bit less than that every day. It's that simple. With this small deficit, you can start stripping the fat right off your midsection without sacrificing your energy, without destroying your training, or going in a super deep deficit. The truth is, the best physiques are built on an illusion. You don't have to have the biggest muscles. You don't have to be a professional bodybuilder to look big. You just need to make the right muscle groups stand out more than other ones. So again, think wider at the top, a bigger upper body, and thinner at the waist. Double down and really train the muscles hard that give you the width. Lats will give you that sweeping view from the back or the front. Shoulders will give you that 3D look, that roundness. And then your upper chest and your traps will give you that thick armored look. These muscles combined with a lean waist can make you look like you have 20 more pounds of lean mass than you actually do. Now, starting today, one of the fastest ways to look like you have a bigger frame is going to be to fix your posture. Most guys walk around hunched overs with their shoulders forward and their chest down. That is going to kill your frame. Pull your shoulders back, open your chest, and sit or stand tall. You instantly look bigger, more confident, more powerful, stronger. And that confidence changes how people treat you and honestly just how you feel walking around on a day-to-day basis. It allows you to carry more presence in any room, and you can start moving through your life like the confident person that you actually are. You don't need crazy genetics or super wide bones. You just need 3 simple things. You need to train your shoulders, your lats, your upper chest. You need to train the muscles that create the illusion with real purpose, with effort and intensity. You need to keep your body fat low enough to actually show off your muscle mass and your proportions. And then you need to stand tall, have good posture, own the frame that you have, that you've worked hard to build. You can create a physique that turns heads, not because you're the biggest guy in the room, but because your physique looks balanced, it looks lean, it looks healthy. I wasn't naturally this wide. I used bodybuilding and muscle building to create the illusion. And you can too. Start today, go build your frame, and you will get the respect that comes with it. You will change your own life. Now, if you need help, if you have any questions at all, if you want my training plan that I followed to build this physique, DM me on Instagram. The link will be in the video description. My goal here is genuinely to help you guys. And if you like this video, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe if you're not, because we are building the best version of you right here, right now.